morning. Check on this beast and see what's going on. Morning, Anna. A little wet. Man, it is cold outside. I don't know what the temp actually is, but it's in the teens. Today we're gonna take the folding header down here, this new Capello 12 row 30 folding header that we've got for a few days here, and we're gonna take it down by our fields 5 miles south of here, see if we can pick up some of that corn that's laying down so bad, and see if this works any better than the header that we've got.
Could use a little oil.
Are you burning a little oil, old girl? Looks like Jim is leaving for the day. Everything is starting to freeze on top. Last night when we quit, there was probably 3/4 of an inch of frost. So I don't know how much longer tillage is gonna go. Probably not a lot longer. So we're gonna hit it as hard as we can. Keep that ripper moving as much as possible. Okay. All right. Wrecked it. Off we go. Another beautiful morning. Actually, it's kind of gloomy, but we're getting it done. Oh no, we're running late. Better put the hammer down. I could definitely get used to this whole folding header thing. Well, this corn is far from standing perfect. There's definitely some broke off corn underneath there, but I can deal with this, and it's not yielding too bad. It's the 200 acres over there that I'm worried about. It's gotten awfully cold out, and the top of the ground is frozen a fair amount. You can see when I drive through these bare spots here that we're frozen a good 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch deep. That makes everything ride nicer, and we don't have to fight the mud, and our tires are clean, and we're definitely not being nearly as hard on the soil because of how wet it is underneath. So those are all good things. The downfall for us is that I'm pretty sure tillage is going to come to an end fairly quickly here. So we're trying to stay as close behind the combine as we can with tillage to try and get as much done as we can, because the ground never freezes as quickly in the standing corn stalks. They kind of insulate a little bit, and the ground is a little slower to freeze, but once the stalks are off, the ground does freeze a lot more quickly. Go, Josh. Jeez. Now we're moving. Anyway, we're doing what we can, but it's cold out. And one of the things I really loved about the S780 compared to this machine is every time one little sensor gets upset with me, it doesn't have to beep at me every 14 seconds for the entire day. Of course, that thing also had a built-in refrigerator and better visibility and a lot more room to put things, and you know, just in general was a much sweeter machine and much more expensive, but this is a solid machine. Unfortunately, the ground is not frozen enough yet to just glide across this extremely weedy pond. The water's actually about 1 foot deep in here, but the weeds cover it up so you can't really tell. But we're making it through, and the sun is shining. We finished that first 35 acres. Now we've moved over to another field here. The field where everything is ugly. The corn is knocked down. There's some dry hills here where clearly it didn't stand up well. So we're gonna have some fun here, trying to get done what we can in these disastrous hills. And hopefully this Capello header will help us out a little bit with that. This is where this thing will really get a test. I don't know if the camera does this justice or not, but how do you even find a row on this? So far, I haven't had any plugging issues, and I haven't had the stalks build up and stick on the snouts yet. We got a long ways to go on this stuff, but it's working good so far to this point anyway. It's not fun, and I'm worried about picking up a rock, but here we go. I'm finishing up some end rows on this end of the field, but as flat as this is laying, I tried taking some of it going south, and it's not gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is pick up on this end every time, drive to the south, and only harvest coming to the north in this part of the field. It's unfortunate. This has been a really good hybrid for us now for 3, 4, maybe even 5 years. It's a straight Roundup hybrid, which means we're only paying for the Roundup gene and not for the other traits that go into the GMO corn. It's been a high yielder for us, but we have known that it has some agronomic issues, but it's never done this to us before. So I don't know if we'll ever plant any of this hybrid again or not. Kind of doubting it. Josh, you want to just park on that hill? We're going to just have to harvest going north only, and it's not going to fill up very fast, so hopefully you brought a Nintendo or something with. So this is the third time in a half of a round that I'm going to have to get out and move this pile of corn right here because of this shield that doesn't allow it to flow into the feeder house. That is not going to work. Either we're going to have to switch back to the John Deere header, or we got to get that whole entire shield out of there, because this isn't going to work at all. There's no reason to shield everything from getting into the feeder house, because this is what we end up with. 5 to 4.
Go ahead.
The service truck is not down here, is it?
No.
I'm done combining until we get that damn shield off of there. Yeah, 10-4, that's what we'll have to do. I'll have to try to find something that's standing decent. Here's what we've decided to do. Since 70% of this field is okay, meaning I can get it to feed in the header, we're gonna leave it alone for now, because we're afraid if we take that shield off that we might start having cobs that bounce out. So we're gonna get everything in the field as best we can, and then pull that shield off to try to finish the really bad spots. And the beeping on this monitor down here from all the sensors is gonna be enough to make me need to go on a mental health day for a year. Yeah, we will never be planting that one again. It's a shame that after 3, 4, 5 years of being a good hybrid for us, it failed so bad, but it is what it is. We can't deal with this again. If this were to get any snow on it, we would never be able to get this picked up, and we'd be completely at a loss. We're dumping standing still here on the north end because there's nowhere that I can drive to the south and dump on them, because I've got to catch that other hybrid going to the south, and I don't have anywhere opened up where we can dump. What a pain, what a hassle. You know what? I'm gonna turn the camera off until I change my attitude. I'm on a timeout. Oh look, the phone's ringing again. There's never been water standing here before. What a situation this fall is. Well, the one good thing is that the Minnesota corn growers are here. I don't know exactly what they're dropping off, but hopefully it's something awesome. What did you bring me? Some snacks? Well, look at that. We got five I haven't even opened it yet, care packages from the Minnesota corn growers. I'd assume they noticed in my videos that I'm withering away down to nothing, and they figured I needed some nourishment. Looks like we got Gatorade and all kinds of snacks. These bags are heavy, so that's good for a guy like me. We'll see if that'll fix my attitude or not. The corn growers brought you nourishment.
Thank you.
They saw how thin we were getting. I think that was it. I think I was just hangry. I'm a little better now, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna be busting out, potentially getting the Draper head back out for this stuff. Will it work without wrecking anything? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll keep trying. I don't have an answer right now. We might take that center shield off and try it with this. Otherwise, we might just get everything we can here and then get the flex head down here and try that. That's a decent sunset. What do you think, Onyx? Is that a decent sunset?
I've seen better.
I think Onyx hates the camera more than Didge does. At least I know what's going on at home. They're dumping a truck right now. Pipes are still together. A little bit blurry for you guys. You're full, 23. How much weight you got on there?
63,000.
Probably not quite as much as I was thinking you might, but she's full. Piled up. That is the issue I've been having with both heads. This one's been better, but I've been leaving spots like this recently. I thought this area would go through, but it didn't. At least it's colder than heck out here. So we're on the ice here, and phone call. When you are breaking through the ice during the night here, I don't know, it's got to be a solid foot deep here. Look at that stuff slide on the ice. When the ice shifts, I can see the stalks 100 feet in front of me. They jump as the water shifts underneath the ice. Very interesting. 23, why don't you just pull out somewhere I can dump on you, and I'm just going to dump standing still. With as difficult as it is to see here at night, I'm having trouble finding a spot where I can go more than 200 feet before I got to turn around, go the other way, or leave stuff. So I think we're just going to call it a night here, because I can't accomplish anything in the dark the way it's going. To top off all the awesomeness of today, my radio quit working, so I got to use the handheld, so I can't hear the guys at home, which means I get to spend more time on the phone because my radio won't pick anybody up. Here is an area I harvested. Here is the area I haven't yet. Not that much of a difference, especially when you get up to this point. This area has not yet been harvested. There's corn in that, laying on the ground. There's not much that's more frustrating than down corn, but man, if we get snow on this, I don't know what we're gonna do. So we're gonna come back out here tomorrow in the daylight and see if we can come up with a plan or find some better spots or what, I don't know, but about 100 acres of this hybrid left, all down here, that hopefully we can knock out. If we gotta use the bean header, we gotta use the bean header. At least I can just fold this baby up and not have to deal with taking it on and off a trailer and getting another truck down here and all that jazz. It's amazing how much heavier the header looks when it's folded up. Even though obviously it doesn't weigh anymore, it just looks so much heavier. That bin's got about 8,000 bushels of room left, which we're uncomfortable leaving it there all night, so we're going to switch it now rather than in the middle of the night. We switch the exchanger over to move it from that bin to the one that's behind this one. Dad's going to go fire it up, run it at a slow speed. I'll watch back here to make sure there's corn coming in. Yep, we got corn. I'm a little nervous about going into a new pipe at 10:30 at night. So we repositioned one of the Yellow Pro cameras here. Now I can see everything I need to. How neat is that? Man, it sure looks cool. It also, as Dad said, looks expensive.